don't give a fuck what you say. Yeah, I'ma do shit my way. So you can go kick.
Welcome back to the SportsRanter live reaction Sunday issue. Holy smokes, folks. Week one is here. We've been waiting all season for this. You know what I'm saying? It's usually what happens when you're a fantasy, manager. You get excited, you got your team, everything looks great, and then things don't go your way. Drew, thank you for joining us here today. So glad you can still join us here at the Sports Ranter, and we can give our viewers around the world, our 20,000 subscribers, what they need to see, what they need to look at, so they can set their lineups. But like I said, it's week one. We saw a lot. What stood out to you? Live action, whatever happened. What do you see today? What do you think is going to trend going forward?
Yeah, man. I think the biggest takeaway was like your number ones, right? Your first rounders, how they performed, what happened. Obviously, Jamar Chase going pretty much the 1-1 or the 1-2 overall. He gets what, 2 catches for maybe 20 yards or something like that. Gives you pretty much nothing. Joe Burrow only threw for 100 and something, 115 yards or so. So there, I mean, it's week one. There's always normally the defenses are ahead of the offenses at this point. We had some optimism, right? I mean, a lot of these teams were playing preseason stuff, so you figured, okay, hey, maybe we'll get rolling. But you know, there's just already some injuries to account for. There's there's some stuff that just you just don't know. Like obviously as a Niner fan, George Kittle's already hurt. Xavier Worthy, he got you a goose egg this week. Um, so many already injuries happening. Drake London, some of these guys
What?
that are invested. Yeah, Drake London day to day as of now with the shoulder.
Oh my
So
gosh.
just injuries galore. But yeah, there's so many guys who kind of just let you down this week. Um, so we'll see. We'll see who's got trends next week and see how it goes. But right now, it's one of those things where you just look at your team, you're like, all right, well, hey, most of my guys are hopefully healthy, and win or loss, it's only week one. Everybody's gonna overreact on week one because we're all anticipated. We all want to see our team perform and this, that, and the other. But just hold true. Jamar Chase will still be a top tier guy. Joe Burrow will still be a top tier guy. These guys are it's just week one. Don't panic yet, but there's definitely there's going to be some panic. So hopefully you can take advantage of it. I mean, A.J. Brown, there's so many guys that crushed you that you're just like looking at your line like, oh my God, how's this happen? But there was some bright sides. There was some nice things that you saw. I mean, Geno Smith looked pretty good for the Raiders. Threw for a lot of yards there. So there's a few quarterbacks that surprised. I mean, the Jets putting up 32 with Justin Fields. So
Yeah.
there are some things to be optimistic about. Um, and just maybe Drake May. Like there's some of these guys I think that are going to take this turn that are going to be out there on the waiver that are pretty much free. That you might want to grab and stash on your bench after this performances.
Nick, thank you for joining us. Just to let you know your visual went frozen, but I'm glad we're doing this show, this live reaction. I obviously took a small nap. I did not know about Drake London already. But I've already had the roller coaster ride. First Thursday game, I got Saquon Barkley. He comes through as my first rounder. It's not last year, but it's the points I need. Thursday, we're on the scary part of the roller coaster because I lose Xavier Worthy, the first freaking drive of the game. And it
Yep.
looks like Travis Kelce took him out. Like, you're taking away from my fantasy value, bro. So, look, I'm just going to go ahead and take you out. But now I'm already after week one. My top receivers that I have on my teams, Drake London and now Xavier Worthy. I'm already in the damn shit pile. Like I said, I've been waiting all freaking season for this.
Yeah.
So I don't know what happened to Nick. We're gonna try to get him back on, but yeah, that was surprising today. Was that matchup between the Steelers and the Jets?
Yeah. I
It
mean, you're talking
was
about the over under for that game was one of the lowest under or the under overs for like like it was ridiculous. It was like a 37 and a half over under, and they ended up going for over 60 points combined. So that shocked everybody. Obviously, it shocked Vegas. One of the key takeaways is that Detroit Lions offense. Right, we talked about it. I know you guys talked about it heavily on this show about Ben Johnson leaving, about all that kind of stuff. So obviously, seeing the Lions struggle, it is something that's alarming. Obviously on the road, the Detroit Lions are a different team. We know that Jared Goff's a different quarterback on the road, but to not be able to really get it going at all against a division team, so be it. But you want to see the Lions come out and do a little bit more than that. It does put a little bit of scare for Amon-Ra St. Brown owners, Jameson Williams guys. I mean, there's a lot of invested early round picks in those in that team and that talent. So you want to see them be able to get back to a better production, and hopefully, this isn't something that's going to continue to keep going for 2025. So we'll see if the Lions can bounce back. Nick, if you want to we're just kind of just recapping what we saw, what we liked, what we didn't like. The usage from some running backs. I mean, Travis Etienne had a lot of work share. Um, Bill Krogsky, he had a lot of work share. So there are some of these guys that, the unofficial depth charts are always going to say one thing, but what we see in the games is what really matters. So if Nick, you want to just come in and just kind of what you saw and what you didn't see, or what you liked and what you didn't like.
Yeah, I just yeah, it's week one, guys. I'm so excited. It's awesome to just watch football again. My
Mm-hmm.
Raiders are 1-0. I know it's New England, but you know what? Like every NFL game is hard as we see every week. Doesn't matter who you play. To go cross country, 10 a.m. start in New England, Mike Rabel, like that's not an easy game.
No.
Drake May's on the rise. Like, hey, we have a new coach, we have new systems, we got new offensive coordinators. You never know how it's gonna go out. So obviously, I want to comment on my Raiders. We look good. The thing I want to say the most is as far as the Raiders, we made adjustments, right? We came out, scored a touchdown right away. New England made adjustments to us. Second half, we come out, all cylinders, shut out in the second half, and then we look offensively better. I know again it's week one, but that's Pete Carroll. That's the Pete Carroll effect. Where
Yeah.
last year we were getting out coached. Last year, if someone had a game plan against us and we just we didn't make adjustments, and that's nothing against Antonio Pierce. He's learning, but adjustments in the game is different than the game plan. And that's what I saw is like New England adjusted to us, New England punched back, New England took the lead, and we made that second half adjustment, shut them out. And that's the veteran coach, and now hopefully it continues. But yeah, either way, with all the games, it's week one. You know, the Miami getting shut out pretty much by the Colts. I mean, the Colts got a good defense. They don't got no
Yeah.
staggering defense. So
Yeah.
that like you mentioned the Lions, all that, dude. It's week one. We already know there's no training camp really. There's there's a lot of new pieces, a lot of coordinators everywhere. It's gonna take a couple weeks. That's why stay true to your draft. Um, I had to my surprise, I had Michael Pittman on my bench in two leagues, and
Mm.
I knew it. I wanted to start him, but the whole question mark, Daniel Jones, how's it gonna look, all this stuff, and after week one, I'm like, dude, he's still a number one receiver. He's still a
Oh
number
yeah.
one receiver. I'm glad I got him, and hopefully they can keep producing. Um, yeah, but like it's awesome to see. I mean, I don't want to hate on Ben, but that Panthers offense did not look like we've talked all off season on this show. Um, that Jaguars defense shut them down. I mean, Chuba got the garbage touchdown at the end, so that helped all the Chuba owners. So I just yeah, it's just exciting to see. Like Drew said, a lot of the injuries. You know what? And they talked about it on a couple broadcasts. Unfortunately, with the lack of training camp and the 2 days and all that, we've talked about it. These guys don't come in shape. They just don't. By the third, fourth quarter, there goes the hammy, there goes the knees, there goes, and
Well,
it's just stuff that they gotta work through. And I think, like Drew said, just stay true. But yeah, it's awesome to just watch football again. and we're excited to see the year keep going.
Yeah, another thing too is just to recap is, do you know if there's any update on Brock Bowers? Is he all right? Because I know he has some leg injury that could be
He had a. They say
scary.
it's a knee. He was running on the side. He was doing sprints and stuff, but I think just precautionary, they left him out, and that's, I mean, the luxury that we had Michael Mayer, and you know what, the last couple years, everybody was like, why do we draft Brock Bowers if we have Michael Mayer? And I just think we didn't use him enough. I know Brock Bowers is a stud, but
Yeah,
Michael Mayer's no scrub either.
yeah,
And when Brock Bowers went out, dude, they were running plays for Michael Mara, and we didn't miss a beat. So it was good to see that. And I think just because Michael Mara could fill in, I just don't think there was a huge rush to force
yeah,
Bowers back in. They said he was doing sprints on the side, so that's good. It's not like he was just lame and couldn't run anymore. But I think they just kept him out. They did say it's a knee, so we'll see. Knees are tricky. I
yeah.
don't like it,
No,
but
I
yeah,
mean,
it's a knee with Brock Bowers, and we'll see what happens.
yeah, I mean, you got two of the three best tight ends in the league getting injured today. So you got obviously Kittle and you got Bowers both out of the game. So I mean, you have
I got them both.
I got Kittle. Obviously, my Niners. The thing that really stands out too is these guys that hold in to get the money, right? These holdouts, these, that, and the other. They come in and they come in flat a lot of times. Like Terry McLaurin, right? I mean, Debo was clearly the number one target today. He had a great game. Kind of makes you want to think about starting him more and more. He sat on my bench. I have Debo, but he sat on my bench
Yeah,
just because
he's a
you
must
got to
start
see it,
moving
right? You want
forward.
to see
He's a
it.
must start moving forward,
Yeah,
Andrew.
yeah, yeah, absolutely. I agree. He's one of those guys where you want to see it, but now that you see it, you're like, okay, well, there you go. It's in my head now. That I gotta keep it moving. But yeah, some of these guys like Jawan Jennings, right, comes in right away, gets an injury, and it's like these guys that just are holding out. A lot of times, what happens is they come in and they're not ready. They're not football ready, and they come up and they get an injury. So, it's disappointing to see it, obviously, but one other
I
thing
do
I
want to
have to
say one
say,
more thing,
yeah,
and now I'll kick it to Ben. And this is again, I think it has an off season that lone light, dude. I did not see a big running game out of nobody.
nobody
Like
other than
nobody
Saquon,
could run the ball. Like
Brees
nobody
Hall,
could run the
Brees Hall,
ball.
Brees Hall,
Yeah,
Brees Hall had a
Brees
great
Hall
game.
here and there, but honestly, if you look, I know you guys watched that game. He's making people miss to gain his yards. Like
Oh
he
yeah,
had people in the backfield. He's one of his 3 yard rushes was an amazing run
Still
for three
hating on the
yards.
Browns. Still hating on Chase Brown.
Brees Hall, yeah, he went off, but like a lot of his runs, like it's not like these open gaps. Dude, he was making people miss, and I mean Brees Hall was just using his talent, but yeah, I mean, I think a lot of it too with Brees Hall is they had to worry about Justin Fields. So that's that combination. Justin Fields had plenty of rushing yards today too. So I think part of it was more because they had that dual threat, but I didn't see a pure just running back take over the game. And again, it's gonna happen. I'm not worried about it. It's just the week one, the old linemen take time to gel
that's enough. Not yet.
together
Let me get it out.
and they don't have that offseason to come in crisp. They just don't. This is basically the fourth preseason game. And
Like,
that's just how we have to look at it. So, you know, that's my take on today's games, and can't wait to watch the rest of them.
Yeah, the only good thing about my week as a fantasy perspective, right, as I didn't have anybody blow up on my bench, knowing that I got mostly Panthers on most of my teams on my bench. And it's just so. I haven't been this mad on a Sunday in a long time because I really have put so much heart into as a fan and hype and not so much hype, just hope, more hype. And then it's kind of funny. Historically, they blasted it all over the game how bad Bryce Young is on week one every year. He throws 2 picks, 2 turnovers. It's like literally the worst outing ever you've ever seen for a quarterback, and he's done it 3 years in a row. And it's only obvious that this team is going to go the way that the Bryce Young goes. Hunter
absolutely.
Hunter Renfro dropped a wide open pass, underthrew Bryce Young, 2 dropped touchdowns. So it was a much closer game than it looks. they just couldn't get going, you know. And so, fantasy owner, I know I've claimed that Bryce Young will be top 10 fantasy wise. I still think it's there. Like I said, it was so disappointing because the touchdowns were there, the opportunities were there. They just couldn't capitalize, and you can see Bryce Young was pissed as shit on the sidelines, and you hardly never see that. And so, very
Yeah.
interesting, very interesting. But yes, holy shit, the Steelers and Jets, the run game. Aaron Rodgers gets sacks for days. His play action is garbage now, and so it's like the teams know how to get him on play action. And but still got 4 touchdowns, even though he's getting sacked
Yeah.
like crazy. Still has 4 touchdowns on the day, and still somehow wins the game. I don't know if you guys saw the Tampa Bay and Atlanta game. It was down to the wire.
Dude,
Atlanta
Baker Mayfield clutch, bro.
Baker Mayfield come with new rookie, 2 receivers for the rookie. Remember, Nick was saying last week we're going to see a surgeon from the rookies, and already Akam Makwandu, the rookie receiver from Tampa Bay, goes off with 2 touchdowns to help, for sure, to help win the game because my ho, or your ho, or young ho Koo, he he totally missed a field goal. It's like 30 yards. Fuck my hoe, right? Fucking this guy.
Hey,
I
you want to talk about kicking? Don't get me started, bro, because Jake Moody missed 2 field goals already. And there's no way on God's earth the 49ers should keep that guy, dude. Oh my God, bro.
makes me moody. Oh,
It's unbelievable.
freaking Moody makes me moody, huh?
How many times we got to see this guy miss a field goal before we can just get rid of him? There's
We
plenty of field goal kickers out there that we can get. Go get anybody else.
just to let the how it goes for our fantasy managers. We still have 2 games left, right? Buffalo versus Baltimore, and
That's a huge one.
also tomorrow night, Chicago versus Minnesota. I have a chance to win our PPR league, Nick. I'm behind. I still have James Cook and Andrews. I'm still there. In our standard league, in the league that I have Xavier Worthy, okay,
Mm.
I'm tied 95.14 against Brian. We're tied, but I got nobody left, and he's got 1 person left. But all I can see is that stupid 0 from Xavier Worthy.
Yeah.
Already week 1, I'm going to be losing by single digits in a standard league. In the league that you go to, in a league that I posted some goose eggs, so it hurts. Like I said, I waited all year for this, like all this shit, But like I said, this is what makes it fun, guys. This is what makes it fun. Is seeing your team come together, seeing if your team is what it is. But I know we say don't panic, but I can't help but to no matter what be emotional about what happens on week 1, and
Well,
so.
You never win your draft on week 1. Your draft doesn't win you a championship. It's how you react throughout the whole season, right? You break the season down in chunks. You get your draft, you get your waiver wires, you get this, that, and the other. You see who's emerging, and you're able to stash them for trades, this, that, and the other. But yeah, your draft day is never going to win you a championship. Just remember that.
100%, 100%. What's really got me worried?
For sure.
What's really got me worried? I'll tell you what's got me worried is this whole deal with Miami. Miami's got me because I got Tyreek Hill as a senior in the standard league, so I don't really, it's hard to know what's going on. I mean, I think they just had 3 straight turnovers the first 3 drives. It just looked horrible. The only thing that made me feel good about it is they looked worse than the Panthers starting out. So I was like, all right, at least another team's out there worse start than this, and so that worries me. I do think the Panthers are going to turn it around. Just Bryce Young's got to calm down a little bit, and he'll turn it around. But yeah, definitely the Tyreek thing worries me, and but I'm a little encouraged about Chris Olave. That offense was moving around. Chris Olave looked good. So for a late round value, I'm glad I stuck to my guns. I'm glad I gave him another chance. It looks like they're going to give him the targets. And like I said, those things happen. He falls because of concussions last year when he was a top tier receiver. He fell on average to 6-7 rounds, and I ended up taking him. He ended up being okay, so that's very, very encouraging for me. But like I said, it's only week 1. There's still a couple games left. But other than that, is there anything else what you guys saw really this week that really stood out to you that you think anybody, young players, anything that happened or anything you think you should be patient on that we didn't get a chance to see today?
I can't think of anything else.
Yeah, no, I think I'm good. Just so you guys know my dedication, I got to go finish staining my fence. But I wanted to join on real quick to all
Love
our
it, Nick.
fans out there. Enjoy the rest of week 1, Monday night, Sunday night. And I'll catch you guys later.
Excellent. Thank you, Nick. And with
Bye.
that
Thank
said, we'll
you.
get out of here. Peace with the journey, Sunday reactions. We'll see you guys on Tuesday, 6 p.m. to kind of get you guys set up for week 2. Peace out. Have a good day, guys.
Peace.
See you guys. Take care.